Okay guys, this will probably be the last video I make for the school year. Combine this with what we've been doing in class. You should be ready for this final, okay? You just need to put in a little time, study, get that index card ready to go, organize the worksheets and notes we've been doing in class. You should do just fine, okay? But anyways, that being said, one thing for sure, you better know SOHCAHTOA. Right? And so, what is opposite over hypotenuse? You better know that sine. Cosine would be adjacent hypotenuse. Tangent, opposite adjacent. Cosecant, guys, you will not learn about until IM3 or maybe even trig pre-calc class. Okay, so don't worry about that one for the final. Okay? Pause the video if you need to. Now this one here again, if they ask for the sine of k, guys, don't look at L down here, okay? They said k, the sine of k. What is the sine of angle k? Well, it's going to be its opposite over the hypotenuse, right? So let me clean this up a little bit there. So what is the opposite? The opposite would be JL, correct? And of course, the hypotenuse would be KL. And so we're going to look for JL and KL, which is D. Again, you better know sine, cosine, and tangent. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, so guys, what's the volume of a cylinder? We find the area of the circle first. That's pi times the radius squared. Notice they gave us 4.2 as the radius there, right? And all we need to do now is times it by its third dimension, 12.3. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen there, if you do pi times 4.2 squared times 12.3, you will get 681.6. Rounded off is 681.64. Answer D. Pause again if you need to. Okay, what about this one here, guys? Well, imagine you had this lamppost here, right? It's light shining bright there. Here's the ground. Is it safe to assume that this lamppost is perpendicular and it's going to make a right angle? Of course, I've never seen anyone put in a lamppost crooked before, right? But anyways, we know it's 13 feet tall. We know the sun must be over here shining down, and my shadow would be over here, which is 18 feet long, right? And the question they're asking for is, what is the angle elevation, which is, if we're looking up at the sun, what angle would we be looking up at here, right? So how do I find this angle theta? Well, notice 13 is opposite of theta, and 18 is adjacent to theta. What uses O and A is tangent. I know that the tangent of theta has to be the opposite, 13, over the adjacent 18. If you look at my calculator, guys, 13 over 18 is 0.722. If we want theta, we're going to do the tangent inverse on tangent theta, right? The tangent inverse is 35.83, which rounds off to 35.84 degrees. So pause the video. I think I have just one more problem. Here we go, guys. This should be the last one. Deshaun has asked a bunch of random students in high school whether they like jelly beans. He asked 25 students. 5 said yes. What is the best estimate of proportion of students that like jelly beans? Well, 5 of them said they like jelly beans, right? Out of 25. That simplifies to 1/5. If you divide that on your calculator, you will get 0.20, which is 20% of the students like jelly beans. If we look at our answers, you can see there's our 0.20 or 20%. And we just did a basic probability problem, guys. Hopefully you at least know basic probability. So guys, what's on the final again? Probability. Two-way tables like in a previous video. SOHCAHTOA. Volume problems. That includes pyramids and cones and spheres, not just cylinders, right? You're also going to do, again, SOHCAHTOA kind of problems. You should be ready for this final now, guys. Please work on your cheat sheet, your index card, organize your notes, do a little studying every night for the next several days. You'll be ready to get a really good score on my final. I'll see you in class.